The harbor of Aethelgard was under siege, not by ships or armies, but the relentless, self-aware ocean. At the epicenter of this watery assault hovered Hydryiss, her form a terrifying blend of ethereal beauty and aquatic menace. Her upper half was sculpted with sharp, elegant lines, her face framed by long, kelp-like tendrils of black hair that writhed with a life of their own. Her eyes glowed with an eerie emerald light, and from her waist down flowed a powerful tail, its scales shimmering with an unsettling bioluminescence. Hydrass's laughter, a chilling, high-pitched shriek, echoed across the flooded streets. Mortals, your futile attempts to control the seas are over. The true mistress of this world has risen. Below her, the heroes of Aethelgard struggled against the relentless currents. The blazing knight, clad in advanced, heat-resistant armor, fired sizzling blasts of energy that instantly turned to steam against the walls of water Hydryiss conjured with a mere thought. The Soundweaver, a heroine with the power to manipulate sonic frequencies, unleashed a powerful wave of sound, only to see it swallowed by the watery chaos. Hydryiss wasn't limited to the harbor. She was drawing moisture from the very air, thickening the humidity into torrential downpours that hammered the city, turning roads into raging rivers. Even miles inland, the effects of her power were devastating.
She's too strong. We can't even get close,
cried the blazing knight, battling against a swirling vortex of water that threatened to pull him under.
Her control is absolute.
We can't defeat her with brute force,
confirmed the Mystic Weaver, a sorceress whose hands glowed with intricate patterns of golden energy as she maintained a protective shield around a group of stranded civilians.
But perhaps we can sever that connection.
Their plan was risky, bordering on the desperate, while Hydryiss reveled in the destruction, creating geysers that erupted through shattered buildings. The Mystic Weaver and the Swiftwing focused their combined energies on a single point in space near her. They weren't trying to harm her directly, they aimed to displace her, to send her to a place where her power would be meaningless.
What vile magic is this?
She hissed, directing a massive column of seawater towards the anomaly. But the water didn't slam against it. The moment the column touched the edge of the tear, it vanished, as if instantly consumed by an insatiable dryness. Hydryiss felt a jolt, a terrifying emptiness where her power should have been. Fear, sharp and cold, pierced through her arrogance. She tried to retreat, summoning the floods around her to form a protective barrier, but the portal exerted a relentless alien pull. Invisible tendrils of energy snaked out, latching onto her metallic trident, and then to her very form, ignoring her watery defenses. She roared, a sound of pure, primal terror, as she was dragged inexorably towards the yellow abyss. The transition was horrific. One moment, she was the mistress of the ocean's fury. The next, she was plunged into an absolute, suffocating aridity. She slammed onto a surface that was neither sand nor coral, but a cracked, dusty expanse that felt like it was sucking the very moisture from her being. She gasped, but the air was thin, hot, and tasted of ash. It scraped her throat raw.
Looking around, she saw a desolate wasteland under a sky the color of dried blood. Twisted, thorny vegetation scraped against the ochre ground. In the distance, jagged mountains rose like skeletal fingers against the oppressive sky. There was no blue, no hint of water, not a puddle, not a dewdrop, not even the slightest whisper of humidity in the scorching air. Instinctively, desperately, Hydryiss reached out with her will, trying to connect with the familiar essence of water. She focused the power that could command tides, seeking even a single molecule of H2O. Nothing. It wasn't just the absence of water, it was as if the very concept was alien to this place. Her power, usually a roaring ocean within her, was a silent, barren desert. She strained, commanded, pushed, but felt no response, no comforting surge.
No, she whispered, her voice hoarse and cracking in the dry air.
She tried again, channeling every fiber of her being, her bioluminescent scales flickering weakly. The air remained stubbornly, agonizingly dry. The ground beneath her offered no relief. Terror, stark and absolute, consumed her. Her skin, always slick with moisture, felt tight and brittle. The heat was relentless, baking her scales, making them feel like they would crack and crumble. She tried to move, dragging her powerful tail across the dusty ground. It moved with a heavy, grating resistance, the scales scraping against the dry earth. She clawed at the ground with her sharp nails, leaving trails in the cracked earth.
Water, I command you, obey me,
she shrieked, the words sounding alien and meaningless in this parched realm. But the barren expanse remained deaf to her commands. Her immortality, once a symbol of her power, now became the instrument of her eternal torment. She couldn't die, but she was utterly, completely powerless. Her throat burned with an unbearable thirst, a thirst not just for water, but for the feel of her magic, the connection to the lifeblood of her existence.